In the wake of the latest bombshell report revealing incriminating details about U.S. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas's luxurious lifestyle, legal experts are weighing in with critical remarks and concerns as calls for accountability increase. According to the new report, for more than 2 decades, Thomas has accepted luxury trips virtually every year from the Dallas businessman without disclosing them, documents and interviews show. A public servant who has a salary of $285,000, he has vacationed on Harlan, Crow's superyacht around the globe. He flies on Crow's Bombardier Global 5000 jet. He has gone with Crow to the Bohemian Grove, the exclusive California all-male retreat, and to Crow's sprawling ranch in East Texas. And Thomas typically spends about a week every summer at Crow's private resort in the Adirondacks. The report also emphasized, the extent and frequency of Crow's apparent gifts to Thomas have no known precedent in the modern history of the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, legal experts have taken to Twitter with ethical concerns as they've pointed out the many issues with Thomas's conflicts of interest. There's been a lot of talk by MAGA Republicans this week about the judge in NYC, former Trump administration official Olivia Troy tweeted. If you want to talk about a judge and their family, let's talk about Justice Clarence Thomas and his wife Ginny. Our country is poisoned from within, tweeted former Representative Denver Riggleman, Republican Virginia. Ethics be damned. And with his wife, Ginny, being a major GOP influencer with multiple organizations that funnel and accept money in GOP circles, and certified Q quack, Clarence Thomas should not be allowed anywhere near a judicial decision. Calls have also increased for Thomas to be impeached from the Supreme Court or held accountable amid reports on the latest findings. Google Clarence Thomas RV, and you'll find endless puff pieces about him and Ginny being ascetics who spend their free time with the common folk, Max Kennerly tweeted. Turns out their vacations were really on private planes and superyachts, trips they concealed in violation of federal law. What is the penalty for violating the disclosure law? Would the DOJ need to first file a criminal complaint? Chief Financial Correspondent Felix Salmon also asked. According to a new report from The Washington Post, Supreme Court disclosures will likely hold justices accountable going forward. Supreme Court justices and all federal judges must provide a fuller public accounting of free trips, meals and other gifts they accept from corporations or other organizations, according to revised regulations quietly adopted this month, the report notes. The latest controversy follows Thomas's own remarks insisting that the Supreme Court was being bullied following the overturn of Roe v. Wade. At the time, Thomas also raised concerns about Americans disrespecting the government, a remark Truthout's Sharon Zhang described as a form of glaring hypocrisy, given the Supreme Court justice's reputation. The judicial system can't be an institution that can be bullied into giving you just the outcomes you want, Thomas said, implying that the opposing views toward institutions bode ill for a free society. Per the report, Thomas also said, young people are especially guilty of disrespecting government institutions like courts. Pushing back against the remarks, Zhang wrote. Thomas's comments sparked ire among abortion rights supporters, who pointed out the glaring hypocrisy of telling people to simply live with decisions made by 9 unelected judges with lifetime appointments who are not subject to any oversight. As political commentators pointed out, Republican attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election are a prime example of people not being able to live with an outcome they don't like, but Thomas has yet to condemn the anti-democratic campaign and coup attempt, perhaps because of his wife Ginny Thomas's involvement in those events.